Do you ever feel like the ugly one in your group of friends? How do you deal with it? All the time. I just deal with it. I don't tell anyone because it'll just look like I'm fishing for compliments, which I'm really not. I've never done that and never will. I am aware that I am not as attractive as them and just live with it. I think to myself that a body's purpose is to be functional, not pretty, so any body is a good body. We're more than our looks anyway. Gotta be funny and know how to cook. This applies to dudes as well. When I started showing off the food if made to female friends, they instantly got a lot more flirty. Beauty fades. But you know what doesn't? The mouth-watering, delicious flavor of a perfectly cooked roast dinner. Yep, I am the ugly one and got handles, no curves. I am not just a face or body, I am a whole person with heart and courage. I have a great sense of humor. I am the one who listens and cares. I am quiet and deep, and I am always there for my pretty ones in my life. I am ugly and I am proud. Is that what he calls it? By being the funny, well-traveled, clever, outgoing one. Looks fade, but none of my pretty friends have had their lunch stolen from them by a monkey while traveling through Malaysia, so I have that going for me. Cry myself to sleep, to be honest. I have accepted I'm ugly, old and fat. It's given me more time to focus on cultivating who I am. Likes, dislikes, loves, etc. Sure, I get lonely, but better than being used and discarded. I used to, but I came to realize we all think that's about ourselves at one point. Why be unhappy at something I can't change? Only time I care about how people look now is when they're wearing something fire and I have to say something. I deal by no one liking me, so I have no friends. I beat the system. Never. I don't know either I'm ugly or not, but I don't give a duck about what others think. I am smart and I know that I am unique. In simple, I know my worth. I am definitely the ugly one of my friends. Not that I'm ugly, but my friends could probably be influencers and IG models and I could not, lol. I mostly am the funny one and the intelligent one, and I keep the conversation interesting when people run out of things to talk about. When I was in college, I knew I wasn't the ugliest in the group, but I wasn't the hottest. Dealt with it still attracting guys and being the only one asked out on dates by men. Stop worrying about looks and focus on developing an interesting personality and taking care of yourself. I've been best friends with a girl since we were 14-20 years at this point. In high school she was hit on, asked out regularly, and I was not. She was prettier, thinner, more petite, more stylist, etc. The same with my other friends. I was one of the few without a boyfriend or even a prospect. A few years later, when we were in college, I came out of my shell a lot. I took better care of myself, was more outgoing, would start conversations with people, was involved in a lot of different clubs, groups, events, etc. The paradigm shifted drastically. There was even one time we went to a holiday party together for said friend's company. One of her co-workers brought a guy specifically for her to meet since she thought they would hit it off. She spent the night playing coy and barely said 2 words to the guy. Neither he nor I knew anyone there except the friends who brought us, so I just started having a conversation with him. Definitely nothing inappropriate or even flirty. Asked him about work, hobbies, etc., while my friend literally had her back to him the entire time. We all got a little drunk and he made his intentions very known that he was interested in me, which temporarily upset my friend until I explained that she couldn't expect a grown man to be interested in her when she wouldn't even look at him. It can get you farther in your career as well. Being able to be engaging, interesting, funny, listen to what people say, have a good conversation, network, and so on can help you have better interviews, promotions, and just more opportunities. Physically taking care of yourself, hygiene and health-wise, dressing well, having nice hair and makeup if you choose to wear it can really take away focus from being less conventionally attractive. Obviously pretty people can be engaging and less attractive people can be boring too. I'm just trying to say that your looks are difficult to change, but that doesn't really mean much if you have so many other things going for you. Acknowledge that you're the ugliest one in the group, and be thankful you have those friends. So you didn't win the biological lottery for your looks. Oh well. Clearly if everyone still wants to be around you, you have other attributes that make people want to be around you. Once you know someone looks aren't a big factor anyways. Personality and what you say matters a lot more in the long run. I can't help being ugly for a myriad of reasons, but I'm not going to let that stop me from enjoying life and having fun with friends. I am purely BC. I am the only fat one. Everyone else is like a size 4 and I'm a 12. Sigh. I don't handle it well honestly, but I try to focus on being fun and kind. I wish it worked all the time, but depends on the time of month. I pretended not to care, acted less girly prissy. I always felt less when I was younger. We didn't have a lot of monies, so as a teen no cool clothes. No going to the mall with mom to get makeup. Old beat-up shoes that never looked fly. I just let people think I was more if a tomboy and didn't care about that stuff, but how I wished I could just dress up and look nice. Pretty. I didn't even know how to do it, to be honest. The ugly one. My self-esteem was so low that I didn't even know I could be pretty. Usually I feel confident in my looks, but there are certain friends I have who are actual models, and so sometimes if we go to a club or something I feel like shit because they will get hit on all the time and I'll get ignored. But it's not their fault, they are that beautiful. They are still good friends, so I just keep it to myself and try to accept it is for what it is. There's always someone who's gonna be better looking than you out there, I guess. I cope by trying to be the funny one. I do, but I've been told by multiple people that I'm beautiful, hot, cute, and I'm thinking it's probably just my low self-confidence and shyness that makes the difference. Other girls seem much more open than me and thus get more guys' attention, but that doesn't mean I'm actually ugly. I get rid of the pretty ones and replace them with ugly ones so I can be the alpha pretty. I was definitely the least pretty in any girl group I was. Face nasolabial wrinkles, small lips, big nose and body underdeveloped. I coped by turning my body into something I like looking at, discovering I like a more athletic look. I had to accept my face as is, and also that personality can be more important than looks. I felt bad for not getting the attention my female peers were getting, but I see now that it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. I am pretty, haha. Not pretty though, satisfied with my looks right now, as I worked hard to look good and learn how to dress and what makeup suits me. I always think this too. Then I talked to a couple friends, and funny enough they both thought they were the ugliest in the group. It's cliché, but honestly everyone's beauty standard are so different. How can you decide who is the best or worst looking? The guys my friends say are hottest guy I've ever seen I'm not even remotely attracted to, and they probably think the same thing about people I like, just different preferences. Worse, I'm the fat friend. I've coped with it by only befriending gay men and other fat women. I'm not as fat as I used to be, but I'm still a fat person, and in my experience, nobody likes that all the time, and I deal with it by getting drunk. Alcohol helps me not give a shit about my feelings and how I look. Self-depreciating humor. I may be the fat friend, but I'm also the smartest and wittiest. Regardless, my beautiful group of girlfriends never ever make me feel like less than them because I'm twice their size. It's very much my stuff. I offer to take the group picture so people don't have a direct comparison. Easy. I deal with it by having no friends. How often do you distill your friends to their attractiveness level and ranking? I would hope never. So, why are you gaining by doing it to yourself within the group? It just makes you feel uglier inside, and has no value to you, your friends, or the world. Why are you spending time on thoughts that serve no positive purpose? Find a sentence to replace the negative thought and repeat it to yourself whenever the negativity and judgment starts. Example thoughts. My friends love X about me. I love that my arms let me hug my loved ones. I hope my face shows how happy I am to spend time with good friends. Light radiates from within me to shine on all my friends. Take control of your thoughts the same way you would study a new subject. Learn, study in a way that works for you, and then practice, practice, practice. I did in high school. Now it's 10 years later and I'm definitely not. It was a combination of being very insecure and also not having the looks that would make you hot in 2010. Long thin legs, thin brows, tan, blonde, as a pale brunette with thick brows and a shorter frame. I am more than happy with my looks now, and they haven't changed much. Maybe the world around me has changed. My insecurities have changed. If you feel like the ugly one in your friend group, you're probably not. You just have a different type of attractiveness from your friends. Also wear sunscreen every day. That kind of saved me. I don't like getting attention from strangers, so I appreciate my friend is the prettier one. If someone has their attention on me, I try to redirect the attention to her. She knows that I do this and we've laughed about it, so we're both good with it. I'm the tallest and heaviest woman in my friend group, and I'm also the only black woman. Sometimes I feel like I'm the ugly one just by virtue of being the only one who isn't petite, thin, white, and doesn't conform to conventional Western beauty standards. I deal with it by showing my value in other ways. Being a good friend, being fun and inviting. I've also learned to actively internalize compliments and to look at my beauty as an independent thing and not something that is relative to those around me. This is something I have to remind myself of often, and sometimes requires conscious reprogramming of my thought processes to snuff out negative self-talk and replace it with kindness. The fact of the matter is, I look the way I look. I can lose weight and get fitter, which I'm working on, and I already like my body quite a bit. I can dress my best and maybe put on a little makeup if it makes me feel good. But ultimately I can't change the way I look unless I go the plastic surgery route, which I 100% do not want to do, so I might as well make the best of what I've got to work with. And honestly, my best is good enough. I'm not ugly just because someone else is beautiful, even if they're more beautiful than me, which is entirely subjective. So why get all down about something that isn't even necessarily true? Yes, I have felt like this many times. I still struggle to deal with it, but mainly I remind myself that this is my issue and my insecurities, and only I can work through this. I am, but I'm more than my face. I have a great body and a great personality. Good enough for me. Between my best friend and I was the prettier one when we were teens, so boys would show more interest in me than her at first. But as soon as they got to know us more, she was the one everyone liked more, because she is just this amazing person to be around. So yes, having a great personality is enough in the long run.